איפה אתה גר, פול? אני גר בדירה. הדירה שלך גדולה? לא, לא כל כך גדולה. הדירה שלי די קטנה. איפה את גרה, דניאלה? אני גרה בבית גדול. איפה טוני גר? טוני גר בדירה גדולה בלונדון. נחמד מגניב.
Hello and welcome to today's lesson. So, we just heard a text between Daniela and Paul, or rather a conversation. So, what's this conversation about? We can see here the entering question that Daniela is asking Paul is Eifoh atah gar. Okay, let's jump in and see what this means and take a look at the sentence structure. Okay, let's blow this up a bit so you can read it better. So, Eifoh, assuming you've listened to the previous lessons, if you did, you know it. If you don't, that's fine, because I always assume that this is your first lesson. So I explain every word again in detail, because sometimes you skip lessons or you jump into the program later on and don't really know where to start. So this is intended for people just finding my videos or just getting into the language and wanting to know more about it. So I don't assume you have too many previous skills in Hebrew, so this is why I go through every single sentence and word again, so that everybody can start no matter what lesson they're starting with. So in this case, Eifoh means where. So you notice we have a couple of parentheses here. One parenthesis here around the I, the E sound, and the H. Why is that? The reason is that Eifoh is written with an I sound. You see it here. The yod is an I sound in this case. It starts with an aleph, and you have the I sound, the E, you have the F, and you have the H. But you don't pronounce the yod in this case. So you don't say Eifoh, you say Eifoh. So you pretend as if the yod wasn't there. You just pronounce the e. You don't pronounce the h at the end either. So this is why you say Eifoh. Okay, you don't say Eifoh or Eifoh. You say Eifoh, and this is why I put these two in parentheses, so you know they are written. Because when you write the word Eifoh, you write the yod and you write the H sound, and this is why, or the H letter, but you don't pronounce it, so this is why I put them in parentheses. So, Eifoh means where. Atah, same here, and you write an aleph, the T sound and the H sound, but you don't pronounce the final H. So this is why I put the H in parentheses as well. You don't say atah, you say atah. A-T-A, okay? And atah means you, and it is masculine. It's the masculine form, or masculine singular. So this means, singular means one person, and masculine means male. So you're talking to one male person, to Paul. Daniela is talking to Paul. This is why she needs to address him with atah, because atah refers to one man, basically. Okay, so, sorry about that. Put this back here. I'm running out of space, so I need to rearrange this. And gar means live. And this is the conjugated form of for masculine singular. So when a man is referred to, you say gar. If it's a female, you say gara. Okay, so in this case, since Daniela addresses Paul, she says atah gar. And if Daniela were to refer to a female, then what would she say? She would say, of course, let's do it this way. She would say, so atah gar means you live, if it's a man, and if it's a woman, you say at gara. Okay? So, what would Paul answer in this case? How would he answer this question? You know that gar is the conjugated form of a man being referred to, so you just need the I form, the I pronoun, I live. And well, if you listen to the previous video coaching newsletters, then you would know that I in Hebrew means ani. And this is why Paul says ani gar bedira. Okay? So ani means I. Gar is the masculine form of live. Okay? And dira means apartment. And be means in. So this little be here means in. It is written with a b, with a be sound in Hebrew. So in apartment. Yeah, this keeps jumping back because I blew up the screen. Yeah, so apartment is dira, and be means in or at. So what does this mean? It means I live in an apartment. Because in Hebrew, you don't have the indefinite article or a. You only have the definite article the. So if you want to say I live in an apartment, you just say in apartment, be dira. So if you wanted to say I live in the apartment, how would you say that? You would have to insert the Hebrew word for the. What is the Hebrew word for the? It is ha. Okay, so ha means the. In the apartment. In a specific one. This is why in this case, we would use the. Okay, so is this a correct sentence? No, it's not yet. It's not final yet. Why? Because in Hebrew, whenever we have a be and a ha, we contract these two and we get ba. Okay? So be plus ha is ba. So if you want to say I live in the apartment, you would have to say Ani gar ba-dira. I live in the apartment. So be and ha together is ba. But if you say bedira only, it means in an apartment. It's unspecific. You haven't mentioned it any previously or anything. So it's just in an apartment. You haven't mentioned it before, so you don't have a reference to the apartment yet. So you say, I live in an apartment. But if you've talked about the apartment already, or people know the apartment, you can say, I live in the apartment, in a specific one. And in this case, be transforms to ba, because you have the ha inserted here as the definite article the. Okay, good. So Paul answers, Ani gar bedira. And then Daniela asks, Hadira shelcha gdola. So, as we've learned, ha means the. Dira is apartment. Shelcha, shel means of, and cha means is a possessive. It means you, of it's belonging to you, of you, masculine. Cha indicates that a male person possesses something. In this case, the apartment. Okay, cha. And gdola means big or large. Okay, and this is a feminine form, feminine ending. Gdola, the ending is feminine. Why? Because dira is also feminine. So if you want to say, if you have a feminine noun that's being referred to, then you have to put the adjective, in this case big, into the feminine form. Okay, and then Paul answers and says, large sentence here. So what we can do is we can basically, we can just split them so it's not that big. Copy that down here. So Paul says lo kol kach gdola, and this means no, not all that big. Okay. Kol kach gdola, not all that big. Hadira sheli dei ktana. Hadira, the apartment. Just abbreviate this. Sheli, shel means of, and e indicates me. So sheli means my, of me. Dei means pretty or quite. Ktana means small. And again here, since dira is feminine, ktana, katan is the masculine form, ktana needs to be in the feminine form as well. So this is why it has a feminine ending. So Eifoh means where. At you, feminine, gara, live, Daniela, because it's feminine, he's addressing Daniela. So you see here, before we had atah for the masculine form, and now we have at gara for the feminine form. Okay? So here, as in ktana, gara also indicates that the form here is basically, take this little violet color here, ktana, and Eifoh at gara, also feminine Daniela. And Daniela answers, Ani gara bebait gadol. Okay, so she needs to respond with gara as well. Why? Because gara is feminine. So Daniela says, I live sometimes it jumps back, sometimes it doesn't. So this is because of the mixed form here, Hebrew from right to left and English from left to right. So ani gara, I live, this is feminine, because Daniela is referring to herself and she's a female. Bebait, be means in or at. Bait means house. So it means in house, or in English we would say in a house, in a house. Gadol, we saw gdola before, gdola, big, large. And this is masculine. Why? Because bait is masculine. It's how the word bait is masculine, so you have the masculine form here. It's gadol. Right, okay, and dira was gdola. You need to end it with an ah because it's feminine in this case. It's masculine, so you end this word in the masculine form. Okay, then Eifoh, where Tony lives. Gar, why gar? Because Tony is a guy, a man, so this needs to be in the masculine form gar. So masculine. Yeah, I'm sorry about the jumping. It's just, yeah, not ideal with Hebrew, but yeah, this is how it works. So this gar again is masculine. Take a different color here, so you can distinguish between the colors. Good, and so the next is going to be Tony gar bedira gdola beLondon. So what does this mean? Well, Tony lives, and this is the masculine form again, in dira, apartment. Gdola means big, feminine form. Why? Because dira is feminine. In a big apartment. Apartment is feminine in Hebrew, so the word big also needs to be in the feminine form. So dira gdola beLondon, in London. Yeah, be means in or at. Tony gar bedira gdola beLondon. And Daniela answers with either. I put down two words. Nechmad means nice, or magnif, also a very important word in colloquial Hebrew. You will hear it in the streets everywhere. Magnif means cool. Okay, so I put down both. So you can respond to this sentence with nechmad, which means nice, or magnif, cool. Okay, so nechmad means nice, and magnif means cool. Okay, so this is it for today. So if you have any questions or comments regarding the content of this video, anything you would like to know, any questions you have regarding the grammar, something you didn't understand, or other topics you would like to be covered in a future video coaching newsletter, please drop us your questions or comments at info@online-university.education. That's info@online-university.education, and we're looking forward to receiving your mails and seeing you again in the future on our channel. Give us a like, subscribe, and stay in touch. All the best to you. Lehitraut. Until next time.